Uh, it's it's been a weird couple of days. Uh, hmm? Uh, Lazuli? How did you get here? Hmm. Well, what do you remember last? 'Cause, yeah. Questioning what you remember last. In your bed? Okay. And then the next thing you remember is you're just here? You couldn't wake up. Hmm. Well, I guess since you're here, I could tell you how your crystal works, or crystals, even though it's one crystal but divided in half. Do you want to know? Ah, let's go over here then. Do 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 do. So, oh wait, have you ever felt weird when your crystal starts glowing? Well, there's a reason for that. Your crystal is the crystal of darkness. Crystal of darkness and shade. And because it's one of the prime crystals, and it's also really strong, including the light. That's why it's divided in two. Because not one person is able to handle all the power if they're together in one crystal. So I had them divided. One ability is Dark Cloak, is what it's called. It allows you to... How do I put this? How do I say this? Allows you to cloak everything in darkness so that people can't see. It's pretty much like how blindness is. People can't see, but they can feel, touch, and hear. Yeah. So, anything else you want to know of? I mean, I can answer any questions you have about the crystal. What? What do you mean, what happened? What? Interesting. That usually only happens when the crystal takes over for a second. The darkness crystal is actually one of the stronger ones, so I can take over more easily. Oh, that's called spatial awareness. It's an ability of your crystal. Spatial awareness lets you sense others around you. I'm able to use it too. I just don't use it very much since my fox hearing. And also my magic sense. Because I'm sure you noticed how my eyes are. I don't have normal eyes. I don't see how normal people see. I see the magic currents and everything. The moon's rising. At nighttime, you're also stronger, too. Because you're under the darkness of the night. Yeah. Ugh. The darkness crystal is like one of the more unknown ones, which yeah, it combined with your obsidian-like biology. I believe you were normal obsidian before, because the dark, you know? Ah. No, I'm talking about before you turned to obsidian. I think you were normal obsidian before. After you turned to this. And then you got the crystal, and then you turned to crying obsidian. That looks exactly like how the crystal looks. The liquid. It was probably just that fast. Because after you woke up, after you turned to the crying obsidian and your biology changed, did you black out afterwards and were in a different place afterwards? Yeah, your crystal took over. Yes, the darkness crystal is able to take over more frequently than the others. Same thing with the light one as well. The dark and light ones are stronger than the others, than the primes. The primes can go up against light and darkness together. But there's a warning though. Never, ever let the darkness crystals touch the light. They'll both cause a shockwave and vaporize anything in a 20-mile radius. I learned that the hard way. I vaporized a forest. So yes, if we ever run into someone who has the light crystal, do not let them touch you. Do not let their crystals touch yours. Because the light crystal is divided in half as well. It's not the ideal way to die. But I only survived it because of me being me and what I am. So I was able to survive the energy blast. Nox, it's a long, long story. He's a chrono traveler. Meaning, he's one of the special cases, and he also is trying to make a world where only him and Blue can live in peace. Yeah, no. Yes, chrono traveler. He took the form of an Enderman since they don't really have a pure form. But a chrono traveler is able to... Well, they have time manipulation. That's what chrono is. It's time. Chrono manipulation is a rare ability to have nowadays. The last mage the last chrono mage had about like maybe 2,000 years ago? Around there? I believe it was 2,000 years ago. I lost track. I've been alive. Yeah. I've been living for a while. It's not really fun. Because if you've been living, let's just say everything gets a bit boring. Yeah, I'm the longest living entity that there apparently exists. I'm like I'm too powerful to even keep in time and space, so don't even question how I'm here. Yeah, best you don't. Making yourself immortal is not fun. Even being immortal is not fun. I mean, you're looking at the result. I've been living for too long. Sometimes I just want to, like, just vaporize myself. But I cannot. I'm not allowed to. My power won't let me. Every time I try to, my shields stop me. Oh yes, I'm aware. You're wearing doctor's clothing. Which you should change out of, by the way. The liquid from your obsidian is staining it. You should probably change out of those at some point. You did? Might be fused to your skin then. Because they do look like they have an obsidian texture on them. So those might be your permanent clothes. I mean, my coat, I can take this off. I can make it disappear. My mask, that's a different story. My, yeah, as you can tell, it's spreading again. Which is somewhat a good sign, but not a good sign at the same time. I don't want to go into it. It's not a fun thing to explain. If you revert it, you won't be immortal anymore. But that's probably a good thing. Because being immortal has benefits, but also has negatives. But your crystal should protect you either way. I would change your biology myself, but I have a feeling you want to figure out a cure for yourself. Because that's what doctors do. Am I correct? You try and find cures? Oh yeah, by the way, try not to lose those, please. Those are very, very difficult to make. And find, as a matter of fact. That one was the hardest to track. Good. Because as long as they're bonded with you, you can't throw them away. Like someone tried throwing their crystal away once, it flew back to them and hit them in the nose. Oh. Seems like they fused with the obsidian. At least you know you can't lose them. Anyway, I'm going to take a nap. Kinda need it. See ya, Lazuli. You do whatever. I'll be up here napping.